Hey guys, it's Alan Rantify, and I hope you guys so far are having a Happy New Year and you had a Merry Christmas and all of that good stuff. And today I just wanted to come and make a video about the Nickelodeon, and pretty much I wanted to express some opinions of what I would do if I pretty much were, as a kid right now, because I'm 14, if they just all of a sudden out of the blue, I don't think they would ever do this, but if they just came to me as an executive or president or whatever position in their brand and asked me, fix this channel because we're going downhill and we need you, I'm going to tell you guys what I would do. But first, before I get started, I would like to remember the late Stuart Scott, who passed away on, I think it was Monday. It was Monday, I believe, of stomach cancer. He's a fighter and he works for ESPN. For those of you guys who don't know him, you should definitely look him up. His story is very wonderful and it will definitely not be a waste of your time. So with that being said, I would like to go ahead and continue with the video. So this is pretty much just me talking about a checklist of what I would have in place. First, what I would get rid of from their channel, what they have right now. Second, what I would like to add, the kind of shows I want, how I would market the channel, stuff like that. So I look at first order of business when I'm given this job. They say Jovan, that's my real name, or I'm just gonna say I will Rantify. You are going to take over Nickelodeon or whatever position they would give me, and you are going to try and make this channel a better channel. Alright, I'm grabbing this list from Wikipedia of the shows they have on air so far. I'm looking at everything they have on air that's still on air. SpongeBob. Yes, that's still on air. Fairly Odd Parents. Yeah, that's still on air. Kung Fu Panda. Is that still on air? Because I haven't seen that much. And if it's not still on air, you guys either need to do a better job of, playing it more often and advertising it, or it needs to be cut as a whole. And I will give my opinion of what I think of the Kung Fu Panda series in a moment. I'll let you guys know where I stand with that, and it will be up to you guys what you want to do. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that's done pretty good for you guys. Keep it going. Sanjay and Craig, okay. That's still on, but I'll give you my opinion on that after. Rabbids Invasion, that's still on, but I haven't really seen it that much. I haven't. Breadwinners, yes, that's still on. Okay, so now I'm done. I'm gonna give you my opinion on each of these shows that are still on air. SpongeBob. Okay, you can keep that going for a few more seasons. Let's try and get that back on track right after the second movie and see if we can get it back to where it used to be. The Fairly Odd Parents, I think that's been long overdue. Let's make it a really nice movie, a real movie for theaters. Let's try and throw together a really nice animated movie and get the Fairly Odd Parents a very nice finale and, go ahead and have it go off air. Kung Fu Panda Legends of Awesomeness, if that is still on air, then you guys aren't doing a good job with advertising it. And if you think that and I want you guys to sit down and really have a meeting discussing whether or not you think that Kung Fu Panda is worth more advertising, meaning we would have to pay more money, or worth more time slots, meaning we'd still have to pay more money. But if I were to give you my opinion, I'd say you go ahead and cut it, because to me, it's not really the best show. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, yeah, keep that going. Sanjay and Craig, I do not like that show. Stop it. Rabbids Invasion, if that's still on air, you guys gotta advertise it some more or do a better job with time slots. Again, it's about the money. You guys come up with a decision. I'm gonna go ahead and let you know right away, I'm not a fan. And Breadwinners, I'm not a fan. Okay, Tough Puppy is moved over to Nicktoons, I see here. I would like to move that back to Nickelodeon, get some more advertising and time slots for that, because I think it's a good show. Live action comedy, The Honda Hathaways, okay, that's still on. The Thurmans, that's still on. Every Which Way, that's coming back. Henry Danger, that's still on. Nicky, Ricky, Dickie, and Don, that's on. Max and Shred, that's on. 100 Things to Do Before High School, that is yet to premiere this year. The Haunted Hathaways, I don't like it, cancel it. Check the ratings though, because apparently that is still going on, and I think it's well known. So if the ratings are good, keep it going. But in my honest opinion, I don't like that show, and I think it should be canceled. The Thundermans, same thing with the Haunted Hathaways, but check the ratings, because for some reason it's still surviving, and it seems to have a little bit of vibe out there. So if you feel like it's got a lot of ratings, then keep it going. Every Which Way, I don't really know. I've never seen it before, but keep it going. I'll check the ratings next year. Henry Danger, that just premiered. It's too early to give up on it. Nicky, Ricky, Dickie, and Don, too early. Max and Shred, too early. 100 Things to Do Before High School hasn't premiered yet. Okay. Now that I've done that, I'm going to do the variety programs. Awesomeness TV, if that's still on, you got to advertise it some more, get it some more time slots, but in my honest opinion, you got to cancel it. React to that, I love React to that, partly because I'm biased and I love Define Brothers, so keep that going and get some more advertising. Okay, so that is my look at what is on right now. So then I'll look at what is to come. I look at animated shows, Bad Seeds, Pig Goat Banana Cricket, The Loud House, Sky Rat, and Super Macho Fighter. Then you can look at live action, Bella and the Bulldogs, and then in Protecting the Smart Aleck and some unknown projects. Okay, so now I'm going to give you what I would do to the network, what shows I would be looking for, and how I would advertise. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to break down the shows that I'm going to try to find and the content that I'm going to try and air based on the audience that I think is going to draw itself to Nickelodeon. So my first audience is going to be one that everybody knows about, and that is typical fangirls. I'm just going to call them fangirls. And when I say typical fangirls, I mean girls who have sleepovers and get together and laugh about stuff and go, oh my god, what the heck is that? That's so stupid. And stuff like that. I'm not being sexist or anything. I'm just being, like, I think of an example. You know, if you've ever really been in school or been around the mall or whatever, and you hear 13, 12-year-old girls talking about stupid stuff that they've seen on Disney or on Nickelodeon, how stuff went, like talking about different characters or who they think is attractive, stuff like that. You're going to try and slide some shows into that category. And one show that is already coming that I know will fit that category is Bella and the Bulldogs. It's about a girl who plays football. And the reason why I think that would fit that category is because it's something that will get those girls talking. And so I'm going to change the name of that category to actually Talking Girls. And so that means that something that little girls who are 12, 13, 14 years old are going to be talked about during sleepovers if the TV just happens to be on Nickelodeon and advertisement runs. They look at each other and they start talking about the show and they ask if one another has seen that, and it gets them talking about the different weird, crazy stuff that they've seen on it and what makes it so, oh my god. So, that's pretty much what I mean. So, Bella and the Bulldogs will be something that little girls would start talking about because they would be like, a girl who plays football? Wow. Something that's going to make the girls go, wow. That's the first category, talking girls. The second category is going to be guys, just boys. I'm not talking about gross boys because so far that hasn't worked out for you. It's Najee and Craig and the breadwinners. Boys. And what I think boys today are interested in are video games and humor. And of course, boys have always been interested in humor, but it's a particular humor that you're going to want to go after when it comes to boys who are 10, 11, 12, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. You're going to want to go after stuff that kind of goes back to the stuff that we used to have in the early 2000s, like Little Manhattan, stuff that's going to make guys come out of their, I'm a guy, I play video games kind of thing, because love it or not, boys are still kind of that way where they have that, that part of them that is like the guy from Little Manhattan. In case you don't know what it is, you can look it up. It's a little romance story. So what I mean by that is you're going to want to aim towards the boys with certain programming that's going to have a main character who's a guy who has who's a little boy who has like a crush or a romance kind of thing, stuff like that. Okay, then my third category is going to be nostalgia, because there are lots of ranchers out there, including me, who are nostalgic guys who want the nostalgia of Nickelodeon back. So, to bring back the nostalgia, you're going to bring back some old Nickelodeon shows that deserve to be brought back. And I know what deserves to be brought back, I'm going to tell you right now. First thing that deserves to be brought back is The Angry Beavers, which only lasted 4 years and never really got a full shot. The second thing that deserves to be brought back is Cat Dog, which is one show that I'm surprised that not many people know about. And third and finally is Rocket Power. Those are shows that you're going to want to bring back and enter into your nostalgia zone. Okay, now, how would I advertise? Okay, I want to advertise in a way that makes it feel not dumb. Okay, and what I mean by that is you're going to want to advertise, if you're advertising, towards little girls, you're going to want to, you're going to want to advertise really towards little, towards little guys and girls who are going to be interested in the message that you are aiming. Such as, if it's Bella and the Bulldogs, you're not going to want to show something that's stupid, because when kids see something that's stupid, they're automatically programmed to kind of, just shrug it off and never really think about it again. And trust me, I know what I mean when I say that. When a kid thinks something is stupid, he will never give it a shot. So I think that, you want to make it seem sort of, think about what it is you're advertising. Okay? If you're advertising Bella and the Bulldogs, you want to advertise, you want to pretty much highlight in the commercial, football. Okay? So you want to draw in guys. But at the same token, you want to highlight, sort of the girly part of it, because it is going to be a little bit girly knowing she's a girl playing football. So you want to highlight some of that. And one thing that I think has not been encouraged enough amongst little kids is the boys versus girls kind of thing. Like, that used to be really popular a long time ago. Certain shows like Hey Arnold, but it's not anymore. And I think, that's something that is still a little bit, it exists in guys and girls. So you want to have something where if there's a party or something going on and you just so happen to have Bella and the Bulldog, Nickelodeon on television, Bella and the Bulldogs runs an advertisement, you want to maybe highlight, or even if this is something that's not in the show, tell the directors, make a little cutscene, even if that cutscene is never in Bella and the Bulldogs. Make a cutscene with maybe a guy and a girl going back and forth at it. That's going to get the kids to spark a little bit. It will work, okay? And as far as kinds of shows that I would like on Nickelodeon, like what they would be about and stuff, I would want a show that's kind of like Hey Arnold. Maybe something that takes kids out of the twerk and the iPhone age and puts them into the training for real world goody two-shoe scenarios. So, maybe you could have a show about kids who, know something that's not right, or know somebody is telling a lie or something, and those kids, it's pretty much like your basic baby show. They have to be forced to tell whether they want to make the right decision or the wrong decision. So that's something that's going to have people drawing each week. Make it different kids. There doesn't always have to be a show that's about one person or one group of people. It can just be about different people each week. So a show about, sort of like, what show is it I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of something, Keenan and Kel maybe, with a different mischief every week, a problem to have to deal with, and, it will make people want to come and see what those problems will be. Make it first world problems and this generation problems, too, Maybe, a kid who's smoking, or maybe I don't know, it could be something stupid. Maybe you dropped your friend's iPhone, but when he came back and saw that it was cracked on the ground, you told him it just fell, and you decide whether or not to tell the truth. I don't know. Stuff like that. But I'm running out of time, and let me know what you guys think of my ideas in the comment section, and that's pretty much it. Bye.